Hi everyone, welcome to RushChem summary videos. In this video, I'm summarizing the lesson formula writing. So in here, I'm using the crisscross method to write formulas. There are several methods to write formulas. So one of the methods is crisscross method, which I will be using in this video. So first step is to identify the symbol of the cation and the anion. So we know that ionic compounds are made from metals and non-metals. So metals can form positively charged ions, or we say cations, and non-metals form negatively charged ions, you call as anions. So first you identify what is the symbol of the cation and the anion involved. The second step, identify the charges of each symbol and place it just above the symbol. So now if you identify as aluminium and oxygen, then you should find what is the charge of aluminium and what is the charge of oxygen. For that, we can use the periodic table. So here is the periodic table, right? So I have written the charges. So you can see this is group 1. The elements of group 1, they all form +1 charge. Then elements from group 2, they form +2 charge. So then this is group 3. So from group 3, aluminium, gallium, they can form +3 charge. And then this is group 15. So nitrogen, phosphorus making -3. Then from group 16, you have -2. So then group from 17, you have -1. And these are the noble gases. They don't form any charges. And the area highlighted here, so they are not they don't have fixed charges, so we say they have variable charges. So if these elements are given, the charge will be given inside a bracket in Roman numbers. Okay, so we'll see now how do we write the formula of aluminium oxide. So we know now aluminium oxide is made from which atoms? Aluminium and oxygen. So now from the periodic table, you identify the charge of aluminium and oxygen. So aluminium is here. So you can see group 13. So therefore, it's +3 charge. So aluminium's charge is +3. And then oxygen. So oxygen is under group 16. So charge is -2. So the first thing is to identify the charges. Okay, so once we identify the charges, we can use the crisscross method to write the formula. Okay, so writing formula means that you're balancing the total positive and total negative charges. Right now we have Al3 plus and O2 minus. So what I do, I swap these numbers which came from charges. So like that. So now aluminium will get this 2 from oxygen, and oxygen will get the 3 from aluminium. So the formula is then Al2O3 for aluminium oxide. Right, we will take some other examples now. Magnesium chloride. So now first find out the charge. First identify the elements or the cation and the anion, and then find out the charges. So when I say magnesium chloride, so we know that it's made from magnesium and chlorine. So find the charges from the periodic table now. So magnesium is under group 2, so therefore charge is 2 plus. Chlorine is under group 17, therefore the charge is -1. Okay, now use the crisscross, so like this. So what happens then? Magnesium gets 1 from chlorine. I don't write 1, and chlorine get 2 from magnesium. So it's then MgCl2 is the formula of magnesium chloride. Okay, we will take another example, lead 4 oxide. So you can see that lead is in that highlighted area of the periodic table, therefore it has different charges. That's why in here it says lead 4. So that 4 is the charge of lead in this compound. So lead is Pb, so now it's 4 plus. Oxide is from group 16, so therefore it's 2 minus. Okay, so do crisscross now. So lead get 2 and oxygen gets 4. You have to keep your numbers in the simplified form. So it's 2 and 4. So I can simplify this further to write 1 and 2. I can divide both by 2. So I get 1 and 2. So I write PbO2. So the formula of lead 4 oxide is PbO2. Okay, we will do one more example, which is calcium sulfide. So we know that calcium sulfide is made from calcium, which is 2+ because it's in group 2. So 2+, and sulfur is under group 16, so it's 2-, right? Here you can see you have the same charges, 2+ and 2-, which will get cancelled, right? You can cancel them. So it's CaS is the formula. Okay, so this is the polyatomic ion table. So using the periodic table, I can find the charges of monoatoms, which means when you just have one single atom. So these are polyatomic ions. In these ions, you have many atoms more than, so you can have 2 or more atoms combined to make an ion. So for example, when I say sulfate, you can see sulfate is, the sulfate is SO4, 2-. Right, so sulfate is here, you can see. So formula is SO4, the charge is 2-, like that. Phosphate is, you have PO4 is the formula. So to make phosphate, 1 phosphorus and 4 oxygens will combine, and it has a charge of 3-. So this table you need to memorize. So this is called the polyatomic ion table. And most of the polyatomic ions will end up with 8. So like sulfate, phosphate, nitrate, or else they will end up with ite, nitrite, ITE, right? Sulfite, ite. But there are few exceptions where some of them ending up with ide also, but many of them are ending up with 8 or ITE, ite. Okay, now we will see how do we write a formula using polyatomic ion. Okay, so magnesium sulfate. So same rules. So first find magnesium's charge. Magnesium is group 2, so 2+. Then sulfate. So sulfate is that in that polyatomic ion table. So now you find it. Sulfate is SO4, 2-. So in this case, you don't have to crisscross because you have the same charges, right? So 2+, so same numbers, 2+ and 2- where you can cancel, right? So you can say then MgSO4. That's the formula of magnesium sulfate. And lead 4 carbonate. So lead 4 means lead's charge here is 4+, then carbonate. So find carbonate from the polyatomic ion table. Carbonate is CO3, 2-. Now you swap the numbers, right? So do crisscross. So lead get 2, right? Lead get 2 from the carbonate, and then CO3. Carbonate is CO3 gets 4. So you have to put a bracket and write 4 like that. But you can now simplify further. You have 2 and 4 which came from charges. So simplify that further and say you can divide both numbers by 2. So that becomes 1, that becomes 2. So therefore it's Pb. So Pb1, I don't write 1. And then CO3 will become 2. So the formula of lead 2 carbonate is then lead 4 carbonate is PbCO3 twice. Okay, we will also look at sodium phosphate. So sodium is group 1, so Na+. Phosphate, so phosphate is PO4. Its charge is 3-. So that's +1 and that's 3-. So now do crisscross. So then sodium gets 3 from phosphate, and then phosphates get PO4 gets 1. When we have 1, we don't write it. So therefore it's just Na3 PO4. You don't need a bracket because you don't have a number outside. So this is how you write the formula of ionic compounds. So that's the end of the video. So please do questions. You can find the questions and summary notes on pages 31 to 35 of Roche Chem 1 and 2 study guide. And thanks for watching my video. If you need any further information, please visit our website www.rochechem.com. Thank you. I will see you in another video.